this is going to be a race between Dutchj and malkuckn. And according to the seeds, Dutch is a pretty big favorite to win this race. But malkuckn has actually been doing some QuiteSuperMario runs.
Wow.
Which is mainly where his Super Mario World practice is coming from. And he has been doing that QuiteSuperMario World 1 since mid-2015. So he should be comfortable with going with no cape. And he actually have a PB for this category, even though it's not on the leaderboards. And it's 1 hour and 8 minutes, and then a couple of seconds.
So yeah,
hopefully we'll be able to beat that race, or PB today in this race.
So yeah, I'd be expecting to see a PB from malkuckn. He's definitely far better than that. And yeah, I imagine that that's very possible. So wishing him the best. And on the left-hand side, we have Dutchj, and Dutchj is probably... He puts in so much effort into everything, and he's just loved in the community. But Dutchj is the 23rd seed. He started speedrunning in September of 2014, and he got into Super Mario World about a year ago with the All Castles Tournament. So pretty much the tournament before this one. And he's a pretty good Super Mario Sunshine runner. He's got a 116, and...
pretty good. It's one of the best Super Mario World Sunshine.
It's absolutely incredible, so it is. He's a very, very talented runner, and as well, something that just makes that even clearer is he managed to get sub 130 in 96 exit in a week. That took me years, dude. I'm not proud of that, by the way, but yeah, Dutchj is incredibly talented, so I imagine we'll be seeing a very good run from him. Oh, he's got a 159. I'm very sorry. I'm a couple of days out of date.
That sub 16 is important to mention.
That sub 16
it's not easy to get.
Important. Thank you very much for keeping me right. Okay, so over to the race.
So far in this race, the only thing that happened is that Dutchj lost P-speed for a second in the YI2 actually. He brushed up against the pipe and just lost a little bit of time, but nothing too major. Otherwise, these guys have just been breezing through these first couple levels. And it feels like both of them are going for the pretty fast strats. Dutchj is going to go for the Fire Flower in Iggy's Castle, while malkuckn is going to go small. So we're going to see some different strats between these guys, but like as we'd said in previous races, the time difference isn't that big, so if they pull it off correctly, it's still going to be close. And both get Iggy, like, pretty quickly. So yeah, it's always good to see the runners get through Yoshi Island without any problems. It would be a bit sad if runners or racers had problems in the first world and gave the other racer an advantage that early on in the run. Especially since donut plains actually contain a couple of difficult levels where mistakes is quite common. And I'm thinking especially of DP3. The level that I think we have seen the most deaths in that level for this tournament so far. Ooh, and Dutchj gets stuck on the corner of one of the platforms, losing a little bit of time, but once again, even though it's a time loss, it's really minor. But if it happens too much, it will add up. And especially since malkuckn actually seems to be doing the fast strats and knowing this run quite well, even though his PB is over an hour.
Oh yeah, guys, I just want to mention, it seems like I'm only getting audio through one audio channel. I'm looking into that. That's not on my end. If I'm able to change the audio over, I may do, but if someone could confirm for me whether malkuckn's using mic, if he is, I can't do that. It'll just have to be right audio only. Or wait, that's left audio, I can't tell. Also, people, how's the stream holding up? Is it watchable? Again, my internet's really awful. Sorry for the technical details there.
And Donut Secret 1, Dutchj gets a 240, which is 2 in-game seconds off optimal.
Nice, dude, yeah.
While malkuckn is losing a little bit more time.
240 is a very good time.
Like, getting the optimal time in Donut Secret 1 is not easy. It's really just the top runners that actually get that perfect time. And now with the Ghost House, let's see if they're gonna go for the fastest strat or if they're gonna go around the boo for safety. Oh, and Dutchj forgot to spin jump. Loses the Fire Flower. So he's gonna do the casual strats to get up to the platform using the vine. So malkuckn is actually in the lead right now by a couple of seconds. I'm gonna try in time and see how big of a lead he has.
Yeah, dude, malkuckn.
And it
really,
seems to be
really
about 10 seconds lead from malkuckn.
Yeah, malkuckn really pulling it off here, but it's nothing until we get into DP3.
Yeah, takes a death in the beginning of DP3, so they should be neck and neck right now.
Nah, that was RNG manipulation.
Oh, Dutchj losing the mushroom, looked intentional. And he misses the jump on the on switch, that's painful. He will be able to try again though. And malkuckn gets it. So once again, malkuckn is taking the lead.
malkuckn deciding not to go for the midway, so risky strats all the way.
Yeah.
I think I'd be so relieved at getting it, I would just get it, but doesn't need it. Absolutely beautiful. malkuckn will be very, very pleased with that, so taking
Dutch gets the midway point, so
yeah.
both of the runners will be able to continue through at least, even though both of them got a bit of a time loss.
So a very good start for malkuckn. This must, like, probably on pace to get a 40-minute time. Like, or better, obviously.
Like, I'm not that surprised, considering he's been doing QuiteSuperMario World, and that has some pretty tight jumps, and it's no cape, like, through the whole hack. So he should be quite comfortable with going no cape.
Yeah.
But he's actually seemed to have been learning the strats for this run as well.
Like, obviously, obviously it's very, very, very early days, but oh right, going for the blue shell strat. Nice.
And yeah, that's a backup strat that exists. It's a bit slower, but it's a lot safer. So if you are feeling that this level is giving you trouble, you can just use the blue shell to fly through the end of the level.
You see, there is a way to go for the blue shell and get Fire Flower, but it is kind of tricky, so it is. You know, it's quite easy to break the shell.
Yeah, Dutchj got hit by a Goomba, so he couldn't do the fast strat at the ending of DP4. So he had to wait a few cycles for the hammer bro, and use his platform to go through.
10. So malkuckn making his way through castle number 2, takes a hit on the flump, but still a decent room 1. He won't mind as much because he doesn't have Fire Flower, but it does mean that he will have to pick up an extra power up before grabbing Fire Flower in some of the next couple of levels. So he will also have to. He'll also have to be very, very careful not to die in any of these dry bones. They're very, very easy to get hit by. So hopefully he plays. Oh, sorry, continue.
Yeah, like a death at this part of Morden's Castle is really painful.
Yeah, really.
It's really lose a lot of time, so...
and
he gets hit by the dry bone at the top.
Oh no!
We-inked it, man. We-inked it.
Oh, the hitbox. Oh, that is so cruel. Oh,
so yeah, once again, Dutch is in the lead.
That really hurts, dude. I feel so bad for malkuckn there. Such a solid start. Yeah. Oh no.
So yeah, Dutchj is done with Morden, and he keeps his Fire Flowers, so... He's gaining a bit of time, even if malkuckn gets this on this try, Dutchj is gonna be ahead. And for some reason, my chat just died, but my streams is still up, so I'll try to sort that out. And now everything is dead. Hopefully Benny's gonna keep up the commentary for a second while I get it sorted again. Because I'm sorry, but right now I can't see anything. I'll try and sort it as fast as I can. But yeah, once again, sorry guys. Not much I can do about it. And I have Dutchj's streams back at least. And they seem, yeah, he will be entering a Vanilla Secret 1. While malkuckn probably took another death in Morden, I would guess, considering he's still at the lower part of Morden's castle's third room.
Yeah, that's really, really unfortunate. I'm guessing the same.
And Dutchj kills the Koopas to be able to spawn the springs properly. Even though he gets a bit caught up with them, he gets through it quite nicely. And let's just pray that malkuckn will get it this time. Just go safe. He waits for the dry bone and then jumps past it. So yeah. It's a little bit sad because malkuckn was having a really good start before this. So yeah, before Morden's Castle this was a close race. But now Dutchj has quite a big lead. And it's nice to see that Dutchj has 2 fire flowers as well.
It is very unfortunate. I mean, this could have been a very, very close race the whole way, but there's so much to happen. I actually think malkuckn can catch up, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, I think this will still be a spicy race. Also, Dutchj there with the green shell swag.
And 40 more bonus points for Dutchj.
Way! Shoutouts to Dan. Can Dutchj get more bonus games than Dan?
I hope that Dutch won't go for the bonus game swag. Even though it's for the fans, I hope that he's just gonna go for a good time instead.
Yeah, of course. But 2 bonus games is the record.
And he falls in the water. Let's hope that Fugemannen won't be mean to him.
Be nice. Be nice. Doesn't get P-speed again, but it's not that bad.
And in the meantime, malkuckn gets through VD1 without any problems. Didn't pick up a mushroom though, so it's still small. Going into Vanilla Secret 1. If I were him, I would actually get a mushroom before that, so I can get a fire flower, either in VD1 or in Vanilla Secret 3. Just because that fire flower saves a lot of time for Ludwig. It's 14 seconds faster to do the Ludwig fight with the fire flower, comparing to doing it without one. Yeah, Dutchj is making his way through the Manila fort. The only water fort in this game, which makes it a bit slow. Like, you can't really do anything to speed it up, except for doing a perfect Resnor fight at the end. Oh, and it takes a hit, losing one of these fire flowers, but he had the backup. So as long as you keep that one, it's not too big of a deal. Oh, and Resnor takes it from him. That's a bit painful. That will lose some time for Dutch. But considering that malkuckn doesn't have a fire flower, he will not be able to save that time on Dutch. He will just fall a little bit less behind. And malkuckn is stitching Yoshi. I am not sure why. Because, like, he's gonna need Yoshi for BB2, or if you want to do the easy strat at least.
That's a very, very interesting decision. I'm not sure what that is, but maybe we're just gonna get to see the most awesome Butterbridge 2 ever. Maybe.
Yeah, like, it was in such a strange place that I don't know why he did it.
Yeah, it's
Because he didn't gain any speed or gain any time from ditching Yoshi at that part of the level.
yeah, because he was going to land on the Yoshi food anyway. Well, it looked like it anyway. So I'd understand if he had went into the water and then done that. Maybe, maybe. But interesting decision there from malkuckn.
Yep. I guess we're just gonna see what's gonna happen, which strats he's gonna go for.
Yeah. Well, you said
Dutchj easily up in BB1 this far at least.
You said he's a Kaizu player, so Butterbridge 2 will be easy, I guess. No, Butterbridge
Like
2.
comparing them to the levels that he usually do in QuiteSuperMario, then all of these levels should be quite easy for him.
Yeah, but Butterbridge 2 really, like in my opinion, it's just like the original super expert level. Just enemy spam, enemy spam, enemy spam, more enemies. It really is quite a lot.
But yeah, both of them are going through quite slow parts of the game right now.
Yeah,
Not much to say. malkuckn takes a hit in Resnor and gets pushed by the platforms, but as long as he's gonna be able to defeat Resnor, then it's gonna be fine. It was a bit close to him getting hit by that fireball, but he managed to make it.
That was scary.
Resnor is dead.
Ooh. Oh wow, Silver Star.
And Dutchj keep Yoshi through all of BB1. So he's gonna be able to do the normal strat for BB2, and hopefully he will pull it off correctly.
Shoutouts to Author Blues for no Starworld passives.
He missed the Dutchj missed the blue shell, but he keeps on going.
Oh wow!
So we're gonna see a blue shell-less BB2 from Dutchj.
It's definitely.
He's not keeping P-speed.
It's definitely far faster and like a million times safer just to go back for the shell. But with Yoshi, he should be able to just sponge his way through this level.
Oh, loses Yoshi there at the end, but he will be able to get a Yoshi in FI1 as soon, like at the really start of the level. So that won't lose too much time. Barely any time, actually.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good TLD.
But yeah, Dutchj lost quite a bit of time there in BB2. But considering that malkuckn doesn't have a Yoshi either, he really has to know the Yoshi strats to be able to catch up, even with the mistakes from Dutchj. Like, it's not impossible that he knows them, because there are some strats that's consistent and not that difficult. Like, it's still difficult, but it's far from impossible. And Dutchj is really going fast in Ludwig's castle. No problems at all at any parts of the stage. Let's hope that he gets the cycle skip as well. And he gets it. Hitting Ludwig in the air actually makes him skip one of the animations of him going around the ground in his shell form, and will allow you to hit him straight away as soon as it lands. So overall that saves a bit of time. But as I said, Fire Flower is 14 seconds faster than that fight. And malkuckn is actually going without Yoshi. He takes a hit. So he's small right now. This is quite scary, but let's hope that he's gonna get through it. Some of those jumps are really close right now, but he's still alive.
Whoa, this is really, really clutch.
Yeah. Am I ahead of you, Ben? Like with the streams, or?
I would say you're probably a bit ahead of me, but I can't really refresh. Last I refreshed the Restreamed.
Yeah, I see. And I don't know how I'm able to create delay, so guess we will have to roll with how it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dutchj gets Yoshi in FI1.
I think it's only malkuckn.
As he should.
Sorry.
And he gets the Fire Flower even though he doesn't really need it since he only have one. And the only way to save time with Fire Flower for Roy is to have two of them.
Ooh.
And malkuckn is getting the jumps underneath the Putty Boost, but he still loses P-Speed. I think he was a little bit scared. Oh, takes a hit as well at the cage. Let's just hope that he won't take another hit, so he will survive and be able to go to the forest. Because right now there are only a couple of levels between these guys.
Yeah, it's actually gotten pretty close again. So Dutchj is manipulating a subpixel in order to actually get
First right clip.
Ooh, we in there, boys. Dutchj is going to be very, very happy with that result. So
Yes.
yeah, this is looking like a 238, or maybe 238. Grabs the block.
And like considering that malkuckn has to wait for the cutscene after beating Ludwig, Dutchj is still quite far ahead, but it's not that many levels between them at least.
Yeah.
Dutchj is probably gonna be FI3 while malkuckn enters FI1.
I mean, let's face it, with that clip, this really, really helps Dutch's cause winning this race. But a lot can happen. There are several scary levels still to come, which can rattle even the most experienced players. So we'll see what happens.
And like this is a tournament as well, so any mistake might get the runners to be a bit nervous, which can make some people do even more mistakes afterwards. Hopefully that won't happen this time, but there is always that possibility when it's a tournament. And yeah, Dutchj is losing P-Speed a few times in FI3. And he misses the Goomba bounce, but he gets through the level and keeps his Fire Flower. So he will be able to go forward. malkuckn tried to get the Fire Flower, I think, or if he waited for the star, but missed it in FI1. And just let the power-up drop into the abyss underneath him. So he's going with one mushroom and no other power-ups. But he is not dying.
And we just saw an example there of malkuckn grabbing Yoshi while Yoshi was running through the wigglers, and that will most likely make you take a hit. And
Yes.
as any SMW player will know, the hitboxes for the wigglers in this game incredibly broken.
And that's actually quite unfortunate because the Yoshi clips is more difficult when you're small.
Oh
or
yeah,
like,
actually
you have
forgot
to
about
use
that.
different visual cue when you're small. And yeah, malkuckn just leaves Yoshi behind instead of trying to go through it without that power up. Which honestly I think was a good call. Because as I said, the visual cue is different when you're small.
I think it's a good
Which
call.
makes it difficult.
I think it's a good call not to go for, well, you know, the so-called hard clip, but easy clip will save time if you already have Yoshi at this point. So, did he opt not to go for the mushroom either?
Yeah, he left it.
Fair enough. But yeah, maybe.
And Dutchj is having Roy running around on the roof, or the ceiling, I should say. So he did mess up that fight bit, but
yeah,
he's still ahead and he got through it, which is the important part.
It's quite easy for that to happen, I guess. It happens to me more times than I'd like to admit. If I don't have fire, that is. And a pretty decent DP2 there from malkuckn, considering the circumstances.
FI2, you mean?
Yeah, sorry, I'm tired, guys. It's not even close. Yeah, FOI2. My bad.
But yeah, he went for some of the faster strats for going through that level normally.
Yeah.
Swimming between some of the mines and using those blue blocks. I'm not really sure about the real name for those, but using some blocks to kill the other mines, just to go fast.
They're called something strange. I think they're actually called rainbow blocks, even though that doesn't really seem to make sense. Like they flash rainbow. So he decides to leave Yoshi after, should have picked up that.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what he was trying to do.
I guess what he realized is if he grabs the Yoshi, he can't do the P-speed strat where the red shell is.
And it takes another death in FI3. Hopefully we'll get through it soon. In the meantime, Dutchj is going through Chocolate's Island 1 quite decently. He lost some P-speed in the beginning, but he got through the dangerous part at the end without any problems.
Yeah, that was a very good ending. And
he keeps his mushroom, he will be able to deboost in the ghost house that's coming up.
And another thing to note as well is if malkuckn has a PB of over an hour, they are on major pace right now to smash their time. So yeah, I think it's a very good chance of PB. Ooh, and decides to run under the bubble. That's scary.
Ooh, Dutchj takes a hit. I do think that he knows about the mushroom in the next room. Oh, and takes a death as well.
Ooh.
That's unfortunate.
Those guys are quite easy to get hit on if you don't really anticipate them.
Yeah. It's always scary to go through this part small because especially those boosts or those areas that kill the Dutchj is scary. If you jump a bit soon or a bit late, you're gonna get hit by them. But yeah, this time he got the mushroom, and he's gonna do the damage boost to get up to the secret exit, or the only exit. Oh, he misses the bounce. I think he was trying to go for the small only strat, but he scrolled the wrong way. Oh, and it takes a death when he tries to go for it. So if malkuckn is going to keep going deathless from here, he's gonna gain some time on Dutchj.
Yeah, and that low percent strat is really difficult. We've only seen Xanderweb actually get that. A lot of people have went for that, and everyone else has went for that and died.
It is quite useful to learn.
Yeah.
And at least what I've been told, once you learn it, it's quite easy to pull off.
Yeah.
But you need to work on that timing to be able to do it properly.
Ooh, and a very clutch castle landing there for malkuckn. Very scary. By P-speed.
And this time through, Dutchj gets the damage boost as he's supposed to.
Nice. Yeah, so that'll be
and don't have to care about the small only strat anymore.
That'll be a relief for Dutch. Hopefully he can just ignore that and keep trucking. It's very easy for that to rattle you a bit. And it'll be interesting to see if Dutch goes for the Iron Yoshi. I'm a big fan of the Iron Yoshi.
And I don't use Yoshi for Chocolate Island, so I'm happy to see that he skips him.
Nice. Yeah, I'm just so bad at the third room.
He's a sensible runner, so it's not gonna use Yoshi.
He's a decent person.
Ooh, he takes a hit by the Shuckster in the last room of Chocolate Island 2.
No, that's really unfortunate.
But yeah, it looked like he got caught up on the pipe and lost P-speed, and that is why he died.
Yeah, normally...
I think he jumped a bit short. I'm not sure though, because I was not paying that much attention to his screen.
Yeah, normally he would have nailed that, but you know, that sort of thing can happen where you can just misjudge it very slightly. And malkuckn going for the pipe, not doing the neutral jump.
And yeah, Dutch dies again at the same Shucksters.
Oh, dude.
So yeah, he might have been better off going for that Yoshi. But yeah, hopefully it's gonna get through it this time. And if not, malkuckn is actually catching up since he's not dying in these levels.
Yeah,
he's not using the speed strats, but he is getting through them.
And if malkuckn is watching the stream, this might actually be a bit of a motivator. Very unfortunate tournament.
Let's hope Dutchj gets through it this time. And that's how the strat is supposed to look like.
Nailed it.
Good on him that he didn't tilt and get stuck there, but managed to pull through it. And now into Chocolate Secret for Dutch, which is a scary level. There are plenty of spots where you have the possibility of death in this level.
Yeah, it's a
And
scary level,
especially at the end of the last room, where the slopes can eat your inputs.
especially as small Mario. It's kind of tricky, but there is a midway point where you can get a free power up, or in that block. I like to get that block as well, just because these guys are annoying.
And it doesn't seem like malkuckn knows about the deboost strats for the ghost house. He's using the boost and going quite slow, but it is safe.
Yeah,
Like,
fair
all
enough.
you need to do is get him in the correct position, and he can jump up.
Nice. So, yeah, one pretty short level between them now. Though Dutchj so far handling chocolate secrets so well.
And let's just pray that the slope is not gonna eat his input, but he is able to get through it properly.
Yeah, I don't want to see that happen to anybody. It's so disappointing.
Nice, he gets it.
In there.
So yeah, except for missing P-speed in the first room, or the first part of the first room, Dutchj gets through chocolate secrets really nicely.
2:13 is a very respectable time, and that was with grabbing a mushroom out of a block as well. No P-speed strats from malkuckn in the second room.
But he did grab Yoshi, so I hope you're happy.
Yes, Aaron and I are very, very happy. And the Yoshi saved him. Oh no! Oh.
You jinxed it.
He needed 2 Yoshis. Damn, dude. No, that's really sick. Those hitboxes are just garbage.
What's unfortunate in that level is that you get to the last room, and then there's no checkpoint. So if you die, you have to redo the whole level again.
Yeah.
Dutchj seemed to be on pace to get cycle skip in Wendy's castle.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's going for it, and he gets it, no problem at all. So yeah, that's like he didn't keep P-speed the whole way through the second room, but it was still a good room.
I like how he didn't.
Just getting that cycle skip is enough.
He didn't even duck to get it. Oh no, dude! And malkuckn taking another death. That's very, very unfortunate. No, don't give up.
Very nice when they fight as well from Dutch.
I think malkuckn waited there for about 2 seconds at the overworld screen. I was really, really worried because this can still be a very good run from malkuckn. With 2 deaths on Castle 2, I mean, this is a very good run.
Considering that malkuckn's PB is 1 hour and 8 minutes, he's on pace for a massive PB. And this time malkuckn gets through it. I think both of them had the same amount of deaths in Chocolate Island 2. Am I wrong, or is that correct? And Dutchj is entering the ghost ship. He's already big, so he didn't have to grab that mushroom in the beginning. And let's see which strat he's gonna use for the boot cloud. I guess he's just gonna go for the despawn. Ooh, takes a hit.
Uh-oh. Why did that
And malkuckn died as well in Chocolate Secrets, so both of the runners are having some difficulties right now. malkuckn dies again.
Hello. I'm sorry, I'm having a couple of issues with Dutchj's stream. I think he maybe lost a couple of frames and it just made it buffer.
I didn't see him losing
my upload. My upload's bad. My download's very good though.
malkuckn needs to be careful now because he only has 1 life left, and if it takes one more death, he's gonna have to redo Chocolate Island 2 again.
Yeah, I really, really hope he gets through this. Please make...
Gets the mushroom, just for safety. Which is the sensible thing to do in this position.
Yeah, by far. So he'll also have to get through Wendy as well without a death, which is terrifying.
Oh, he takes a death going for the midway point, which he really didn't need to go for since he only had 1 life.
The midway point. No, the midway point wouldn't have mattered at all.
So yeah, like, the midway point doesn't get saved if he gets a game over. So considering that he only had 1 life, didn't matter if he got it or not.
And he was already big as well, obviously.
Yeah. So that is a painful death for malkuckn.
Oh dear. I hope he doesn't realize what happened there. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. And Dutchj kept the mushroom from Sunken Ghost Ship and just uses it to deboost at the first ball of Bob 1.
Yeah, I think that's a fair enough strat. Makes sense.
Yeah, like for safety, that's like it's really safe.
Yeah.
So like, even though it's of course it's a little bit slower considering the power up transition and like just taking damage, it's still such a small time loss for quite a lot more safety.
And Dutchj absolutely nails Ballet Bowser 1.
Yeah. And malkuckn got through Chocolate on 2 on the first try.
Yeah,
after getting that game over.
That's nice to see. It kind of feels like that game over barely mattered.
And Dutch takes a death in Wob 2. It looked like he missed P-speed in the beginning and wasn't really used to it.
No.
So I do not like what I'm seeing right now because both runners are dying and that's not how you want this race to go.
Yeah. I was going to say, I hope that malkuckn would actually go for the checkpoint this time, considering it actually would matter, but I would even maybe recommend going on without it. I'm sorry, it's buffering again. I don't know why.
Dutch gets the cycle skip in the sandbar.
Well, actually, both are buffering. Maybe it is internet. Sorry, guys.
You're standing as a robot on Discord, just so you know. malkuckn once again dies going for that midway. He should just let that go and continue on with the level. And especially now since he only have one life once again. At this point, that midway is useless. And he just takes another game over, unfortunately. And let's hope that Dutchj gets the orange jump, which he does. So, a 3 out of 5 chance to get that jump, if you do it correctly. And Dutchj had the odds in his favor this time. I'm sorry guys, I don't know how far ahead I am, so I don't know how much I should delay if I start to delay the commentary. Yep. And malkuckn once again got through Chocolate on 2 on his first try after that game over. And hopefully Chocolate Secret won't be too much of a problem for him this time. He has been going through it quite a lot in a row right now, so hopefully he will get through it. Dutchj takes a hit to the Resnor, so he won't be able to go for the fast strat. Or, well, he went for the fast strat and failed. But yeah, he managed to get through it. Resnor is dead.
Out of there. So yeah, it looks like Dutchj is going to get a very good time here. Sub 42.
Yeah. And malkuckn got through the first part of Chocolate Secret, so he got through the part which has killed him time and time again. And Dutchj is quite a bit behind his PB, so I guess that he's not happy about this run. But like it seems at the moment, he's gonna win the race anyway, which is the important part of a tournament race. And he's not using P-speed strats for the Dark Room, which I can't blame him for, with this big of a lead. And malkuckn finally gets through Chocolate Secret. I'm happy for him. That was two painful game overs at the same level. Yeah, so he's going to continue on to Wendy's Castle, while Dutchj is going to do the Bowser fight. And I am expecting Dutch to get the ball skip and to do this fight pretty perfectly, considering his experience from other categories. And just his PB overall, like his skill level in this game should be good enough for him to do it. Malkuckn takes a death in Wendy's Castle and loses his mushroom, so hopefully he knows how to do this level without that one. And it takes another death. So Dutchj is setting up for the ball skip. We are just gonna wait and see if he gets it. And he does. That should be just fine, and make him skip one of the balls and save a bit of time. So Dutch only have one cycle left, and then he's done with this race and had gotten the victory. And malkuckn is getting through the first room of Wendy, getting the midway point, so he won't have to do it again. And he's taking it slow and safe for the second room, which I can't blame him for. And
Nice, dude. Well done.
that's GG from Dutchj.
GG.
With a time of 41:48, he finishes this run or this race in first place
Very, very
and
good.
moves on the next phase of the tournament.
And like, if you think about how many deaths there were, that's such a good time. Really, really, really well done. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I'm going
about
to...
how many deaths there were, but
Congratulations, Dutch. If you want to join us, just give me the heads up, and I'll bring
Whoops. My speakers were still on. Hello, guys.
you. Okay, I'll bring you into live. So I will.
one world left to go for him as well.
You, Dutchj.
Hello.
Hello.
GG Dutch. Congrats to the victory.
Thanks.
That was really, really well done, considering what happened.
You know, I tried my best.
You know how
Definitely
it
didn't
goes.
go the way I would have wanted it to, but yeah, I
good
think
enough.
I kept it together, all things considered.
I think you did pretty well, considering what happened. If that was my race, I might have tilted. I might have tilted really hard. So I mean, that's a good mentality from yourself. But yeah, feel free to have a couple of words about your run or whatever. Talk about it. Don't get the cape. Don't get the cape. No. Sorry.
The kip? What?
No, malkuckn was close to getting a cape.
Oh, the cape.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't really looking at the stream, but yeah. I wonder what he was thinking there. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I considered myself fairly tilted during that run, but you know, it's something I used to be a lot worse at it, especially
Oh yeah.
last year during the All Castles tournament. I mean, both of my matches, because I lost both of my matches, and I could have easily won both of them if I was just a bit less of a truckster.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a work in progress. Let's hope that I can grow into this tournament a bit better than that one.
So you have already done better this tournament than the All Castles tournaments, which is great.
Yeah, this is my second SMW tournament. I actually started running the game with the All Castles tournament.
I just have to ask, in the Chocolate Ghost House, that small strat that you was trying for, have you practiced that before, or did you just wing it?
I have practiced it, but not extensively, so I was kind of winging it, but I know how the strat works. I need to practice it a bit more to have that, like, readily available.
Yeah, I was just wondering, considering you scrolled to the right at the first time.
Yeah, I was like, which way do I scroll? Oh shit, it's to the left. It's kind of obvious there.
Orb.
Yo, orb.
So, as well, like at the start of the race, it was actually looking like an upset was on the cards, but possibly I was blown away by malkuckn's strats, and he put my run to shame until pretty much Castle.
Yeah, I was actually looking at the stream and I saw that he was keeping up with me really well, but he told me that he's like okay at the start of the run because he ran something else. I forget what it was. Yeah, low percent.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, he expected to fall behind after World 2, and that's pretty much exactly what happened. So
even still, though,
I guess he called us.
It's quite easy for that to get into your head a bit and be like, oh dear, what's happening?
Yeah.
Mal told me that he has only done 2 runs of low percent.
Oh wow!
Which means that he has learned the levels quite nicely for just 2 runs.
One of the Monty Mole, Mega Mole things despawn. That's weird. I've never.
Oh yeah, it did.
So yeah, Dutchj, gonna go up against Dots Are Cool in the next round.
Yay!
That's gonna be an interesting one. But
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I fully expect to lose that match.
I
But we'll see.
It's your chance to knock out the person we owe this whole tournament to. Shoutouts to Dots.
Yeah, Dots is a legend, and not just for organizing the tournament, but he's also really good at SMW, and he's done a lot for the community. So
the community would barely be a tangible thing if it wasn't for Dots. So massive shoutouts to Dots.
So what you're saying, Dutchj, is that if you lose the race, it's only because you have respect for Dots and don't want to kick him out of the tournament.
No, I'm saying that I respect him because he's a much better player, and that's why he's going to beat me.
But yeah, are you going to use any different strats or anything to increase your chances of beating him?
Not really. I mean, there's a bunch of like small stuff that I really need to like iron out because I haven't run the category that much. I actually submitted it to a monthly marathon that we do here in the Netherlands, just because I was like, well, the tournament's going to be a thing anyway, so I may as well submit this. But that was like a week before the tournament started, so that was like 2 weeks ago.
I just want to point out that Dutchj managed to soft lock during that run.
Yeah, that was that run was quite a doozy. It kind of snuck up on me. I was just playing Sunshine, and then all of a sudden I was like, "Oh shit, BSG is this weekend. I need to learn No Cape No Star." So yeah, that wasn't without a hitch. The run didn't end up being that good. I did not manage to get my estimate, but. Yeah, like that's like 3 weeks ago is basically when I picked this up. And in the past week, I really haven't played either. I just tried to do some runs on Wednesday. Was playing terribly. So I was like, screw it. I'll see what happens on Saturday. But yeah, there's I think in terms of like general strats, what I'm doing is mostly all right. There's a few levels where I think Vanilla Secret 2 is one that stands out to me. Like I don't really do conventional strats there in the area with the Koopas.
It's hard. It is hard.
I really need to learn that.
For Butterbridge 2, I would suggest that you learn how to get the blue shell when you miss it, like how you go back and get it.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
I haven't seen a backup for that, but that's something that I will have to look up. Like I thought in my head, like, okay, I can try and get this blue shell, but that would have been way more risky in my mind because there's so much going on in that area. There's a lot of like flying Koopas and stuff.
Honestly, it isn't as bad as you'd think. Like that's solid reasoning, but it's kind of hard to like totally lose that Yushi, and you've got like loads of invincibility frames, so.
It's true. I've done it before. I've done like a backup shell grab there, but completely improvised. And if there's anything that I like don't want to do in these tournament matches is do like full on improv because that's just too risky. And I think like that's the reason that I still managed to get a somewhat decent time, is that despite all of the mistakes I made in this race, I just stuck to what I knew, and yeah, it paid off.
And yeah, malkuckn finishes off Resnor, so he's going into Bowser's Castle. He's going to finish off this run, and he got that goal of sub 1 hour.
Yeah, that was
within his reach.
I'm so sorry.
Initially, he was like, he wasn't even sure if he was going to finish at all. So, mad props.
Yeah, and like considering that his PB is 1 hour 8 minutes, right now we can get a PB of like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think if Mal manages to put some time into practicing this, he can survive a few rounds in losers maybe.
Yeah, like considering how good his early game was, I know that he got the capability of doing good in this category.
Yeah, exactly. He can just kind of extend that throughout the rest of the run, then it should be good.
Yeah, like maybe for the next race, know how to do everything up until Ludwig in decent pace, and just work it on from there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he took a lot of deaths in Chocolate Island 2 and the Chocolate Secret, and just without those deaths, he had 2 game overs. He would save like 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah, game overs are huge. I actually got too close to game overing in my run as well. But yeah, like one thing that I do like about this category in regards to game overs is that most of the like levels where you're likely to game over are all right after a save point, which is pretty nice. So it's like hard to lose a lot of time by game overing, but it's still something you obviously want to avoid.
You basically have to do my mistake to lose a lot of time for the game over.
Yeah, it's like I think the main game over points are like DP3. That's right after Donut Ghost House, and then there's like what else is there?
Like Chocolate Island 2 and Chocolate Secret is a difficult section.
Yeah, CI2 is actually a run that, or a level that I've game overed on before. I struggled with it a bit today as well, although that was mainly a lack of knowledge on my part. That second death where I hit the baseball, that I hadn't seen that before. I actually mentioned it in chat.
Was the second death the corner clip, or was it when you got hit by the baseball itself?
That was the baseball.
Okay.
So like I don't have very solid muscle memory there, I suppose, so I didn't hold X when I spin jumped.
Done. GG. With a time of 52:21.
Damn. Is my stream so far behind, or is there just a big delay? Big delay.
I don't know. But malkuckn gets that sub 1 hour. He gets a PB by 16 minutes.
Solid PB for Mal.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Congratulations to like that. That would have tipped me like super. I don't know what I would have done. Well done.
Thanks.
Improvement, and as we discussed, he could probably get a lot better.
Hey guys.
Congratulations to that PB.
Thanks. Congrats to Dutchj. Well played, man.
Yeah, thanks for the race, Mal.
So yeah, malkuckn, how do you feel about the run?
For that I didn't practice it well, and pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah, it did go pretty well until pretty much the second half of the game. And you were ahead in World 2. Like, you nailed DP3. That was incredible, dude.
Yeah, I needed it for low percent, so I'm kind of used to that. DP3? Wait, Donut Plains?
The one after the ghost house in the second world.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Dude, level names are still a struggle for me as well. I'm still a Sunshine runner at heart. I can never remember the level names.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I really
you're gonna go up against Niamic in the next round.
Ooh.
Okay.
Niamic.
And in his race, he actually got a time that's 4 minutes worse than yours. He got a 56:12.
Okay.
So how do you feel about that one?
So since I have a lot of free time now. I will be better prepared next week, and it should be doable then, I guess.
Nice. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
As we discussed before, with your early game, we feel like you have, like if you put the time into it, you're probably going to be able to get a good time in this category.
Yeah, I will definitely aim, even after the tournament, for, I guess, sub 40 or something like that. That should be doable.
Yeah, you can definitely do it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Niamek cannot stream, so we've got a setup actually kind of prepared for that, and for their rate, now they are trusted, totally, but for their race, we're actually going to stream the SRL window, and between each castle, they'll just tell us what happens. So it'll be a bit unconventional, but we'll make it work. And we've got some amazing commentators anyway, so they can make it happen.
Sounds great.
So yeah, just preparing you for that in advance. So we'll definitely be using your game audio, and they won't be able to come into live either, unfortunately, just due to circumstances. But yeah, I really look forward to that race. I hope you are too.
Yeah, definitely will be a great thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm just gonna.
Do we have any more races coming up today?
That's a good question.
We should have, yes.
That's a very good question, and we do. We have two very exciting races. Truman versus Reagan, and Truman is just.
So yeah.
Yes. So, do we have any more races coming up?
Okay. Sorry, the audio was coming back through on malkuckn's stream, so I have to mute that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. We have Truman's race that's coming up in, what is it, 3 hours, 2 hours? In 3 hours? No,
yeah,
2 hours, sorry.
That will be at 10 p.m. GMT, 5 p.m. ET, 4 p.m. Central.
Yes.
And
then later on this night for me, at 4 a.m. Central Time, Central European Time.
Yep.
We're going to have mostly SMW versus LOL BZ.
And mostly SMW is also an amazing player, but looking forward to seeing LOL BZ's performance in that. And then on Sunday, we have an amazing lineup. We have two very, very anticipated we have 3 races, but 2 of them are very, very anticipated, and the other one will be amazing as well, obviously. And that will be between Smartball and Roguelink, and that will be at 12 ET noon. Sorry, trying to do these time conversions. And then a very, very anticipated race, very exciting, will be Akisto versus Millennium. Akisto is obviously amazing at this game. So probably a very good performance from a bit of a sandbagged seed, because it's very good.
Yeah, Millennium's no slouch, though, so I think that can definitely be a good match.
Yeah, Millennium is pretty much like as much of a veteran at this game as Akisto is. Like, he goes right back. So I'm expecting a decent performance from Millennium.
And Millennium is just a great speedrunner overall in different games, not only Super Mario World.
Oh yeah, very, very talented. And then one of the closest races of the winners round 1, at least in terms of seeds, will be the amazing Tina Hacks and the wonderful Zero Maverick. And yeah, getting cheesy. But yeah, those will be all amazing races, and unfortunately I won't be here for the 2 later, but I'm looking forward to hearing about them anyway. So yeah, guys, I think
sounds good.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it with the announcements. But yeah, have you guys anything else you want to say?
Check out the other races. They're going to become increasingly interesting from now on. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah.
Nothing to add from my side.
Take it easy, guys. Have a good one.
Congratulations
have a nice
once
night
again, Dutch.
Yes, and
Thank you.
congratulations again, Dutch. GG malkuckn on the PB.